I was bullied for being ugly.
Little sound where you said that you were SA'd at 13.
That happened, miscarried as like a child.
Oh my gosh.
And I think that that's something that I've never talked about. That completely like changed, not the way my parents viewed me, but the way that I like viewed myself and how I interacted with everyone.
So how old were you when you did Musically?
I started when I was 13.
One, two, three, hit 'em with it.
And I started social media on accident. I was posting videos trying to save them to my camera roll and like not knowing that Musically or TikTok was a platform. I started getting all these random follow requests on my Instagram. I was like, who are these people? And yeah, by the time I realized I had like 30,000 followers. I was so desperate for community, I think, when I started social media, which is why I was so passionate about it, because I had people that cared and people that like wanted to talk to me.
My pain will range from up, down, and sideways. Thank God it's Friday, because Fridays will always be better than Sundays, because Sundays are my suicide days.
Little sound where you said that you were SA'd at 13.
That happened, and I feel like that's probably the root of a lot of my issues. I left school a few times because for different reasons. The first being I was bullied for being ugly. Sort of in, I would say like 5th grade, I left. And my mom was always very good about if I was uncomfortable, then it was time to go. But then I started watching makeup tutorials and then I learned how to do makeup and I felt confident. I was like, okay, I want to go back to school. And then I went back to school and then I started social media. Was essayed, and then I had a bunch of things happen that happened after that were like super embarrassing and scary. I mean, obviously I was like isolated and alone and was homeschooled and didn't want to ever go back to school, and my parents sort of like agreed and did whatever they needed for me. Just like miscarried as like a child.
Oh my gosh.
And I think that that's something that I've never talked about. But like, I think that completely like changed, not the way my parents viewed me, but the way that I like viewed myself and how I interacted with everyone. My parents handled it the best they could.
Or losing a child at that age, like it's
scary and it's very isolating. Like I didn't even know it was happening, so I didn't even know that was possible. You know what I mean? I was 13. Like,
oh my gosh.
I didn't know anything. Having my dad there, like, there's a lot of things about it that were just uncomfortable, and I felt like everyone's perspective of me had changed. I forgot about it because I started social media and no one knew anything about me. I was definitely okay, or felt like comfortable, weirdly, being hypersexualized. Like, this is just what I have to do because this is how I've been made to be viewed, and this is how people perceive me. So then you feed into it.
I like dollars, I like diamonds, I like stunning, I like shining.
And when I was 17, that's when I got like a message, like blackmail message, being like, I know. I don't know who it was. I assumed someone from my school. Like, to then have it brought up 4 years later.
It used against you.
Yeah, and it was sort of like a threat in a way, and it scared me enough to where, like, that's when I felt like I needed to publicly say something. talk about this, but I know after being essayed, it was like, I just didn't really care anymore because it was like, this part of me is gone and I wanted to feel secure in something. Like, and I found that in boyfriends. So desperate to feel safe with someone. I did that over and over and over and over again. And it didn't matter how I was being treated either. It was like, as long as I have someone, then it's safe. Like, doesn't really matter who it is or how they treat me.
So 17, you're like, that was a turning point because you're by yourself. You lost your dog.
I'm just so sad. Like,
were you? But
the most depressed. I started dating someone who was quite a bit older than me. And I thought that was like, I was making all these adult decisions. And now this is another adult decision that I'm making. He was 7 years older than me.
Obviously, like, there's some alcohol.
Every night.
Yeah. Wow.
Wake up in the morning and I like put on my glam, then I'm like, good morning, angels.
Oh my God. Did people know?
No.
No one knew. Like,
no. And that became my life for like a good 3 months until he moved in with me. And then we sort of got into a more like adult routine. And then I was fully taking care of him. Says anything. Whoa. And my dad was like, absolutely not.
Wait, what?
I was being taken advantage of.
They could just see.
And my dad was like, you're smarter than this. You're better than this. How are you like putting yourself in this position? His family thanked me for taking care of him. He's a grown man.
Oh, no.
And it didn't even click in my head that this is weird.
19, I'm like.
And he had like a couple fans because he had like an artist project from a long time ago. And his fans, 2 fans, were in my DMs being like, girl, no. Like, he's done this before. Apparently, he dated some 15-year-old girl when he was 21.
So cool.
I wanted to have better standards for myself, and I wanted to meet someone who, like, was gonna be good for me. I've never had someone be nice to me. Kind of like hard for me to
accept it.
Yeah. He's driven and he has like his own job that's not, he has nothing to gain from being with me.
Yeah, you're not taking care of him.
He's in school. He's my age. And I don't get like weird when he tries to like write me a letter. Cause like usually I get weird with that stuff. Yeah. He writes me letters all the time. Like I have like stacks and stacks of letters that he writes. Not good at accepting things from people. Like, if someone opens a door for me, like, I want to throw up, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
I'm trying
why
to
are you doing this?
Like, I feel really good about it, which is why I'm not talking about it to anyone.
To my phone, 213-267-9932, girl, you know.